Alrighty, so hello, welcome to this breakout room. This is our popcorn quiz for this room. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it out loud. Let me just turn on the captions too. Some Halloween festivities are thought to have originated from which Celtic festival? Is it A, Imbolc, B, Beltane, C, Samhain? Those are your three options. Pick the best one. Answer it. Go ahead and put your answer in the chat, whatever you think it may be, for a chance to be entered into a raffle to win a prize. So I would definitely answer this question if I were you. Is it A, Imbolc, B, Beltane, or C, Samhain? I'm gonna check the chat. Okay, Victoria thinks it's C. And if anyone else comes in the room, they got 2 minutes to also answer this question. I'll reveal if you're correct, Victoria, in a second here. And in case anyone has joined us, I'm just going to say the question again. For this breakout room, our question is, some Halloween festivities are thought to have originated from which Celtic festival? A, Imbolc, B, Beltane, or C, Samhain? I'll give you about 5 more seconds to answer if we have any other people joining us. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and reveal the answer. If you answered C, you got the correct answer. So good job, Victoria. Your name will be put into a raffle, and hopefully you'll win that prize. So let's go ahead and jump into some introductions here. My name is Ariana Reese. I am the Desert Vista Student Life Coordinator, and I will be your moderator for this breakout room. And then I'll hand it off to Jackie, and then Carlos can introduce himself.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Jackie Ellen. I'm the Director of Online Student Success. So I work in the PimaOnline campus area, and we have a team of student success members that I'll share a little bit more about here in a moment. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Carlos Gonzalez Jr. and I work for the TRIO Student Support Services program here at our Desert Vista campus. And I'm also the Phi Theta Kappa Honors Coordinator for the online programs. So welcome.
Alrighty, thank you guys for those introductions. So our first presentation for this breakout room is going to be presented by Jackie Allen about PimaOnline and success coaches here at Pima. So I'll hand it off to Jackie.
Thank you so much. Well, with our online student success department, we have several different groups of people that help online learners. And we really wanted to have a focus of helping students because we know it can be more difficult because you're not within a classroom at that moment receiving feedback from an instructor, or maybe you're not even able to come into a campus for a resource. But we did want to make sure that students know about all of their opportunities they have in online and with our virtual resources. So our team really works hard to help connect students with other virtual resources, or also how to navigate online classes and our online resources, and also how to help you within your classes as well. So I'm going to share my screen just so I can show you some of those resources and you can have a visual of what it looks like. The first one I want to talk about is some of our events that we hold in Pima Engage. We have a team of PimaOnline navigators. They're actually student workers that take online classes, and they host virtual sessions The first ones are about how to navigate D2L. So maybe you're new to that environment and you need help knowing how and what's available to you. We also have tutoring navigation sessions because we have so many options for tutoring at the college. Sometimes it's hard for students to know which one should I try and what is available to me. Because we have virtual tutoring, we have on-campus tutoring, but we also have 24/7 tutoring with NetTutor. So what are those differences and how do I look and set up, to get connected to each of those? And then the last one is Study with Pima live sessions. And these are on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. And basically, it's one of our navigators studying for their courses and they're taping themselves. And you could have this up while you're studying for your classes. So we know that online learning can sometimes feel isolating and you may not be able to study with other people. So this could be an avenue to do that. And it's just a nice way to also kind of ensure that you're studying because we offer them the same times every week throughout the week. So you can pick and choose which ones you want to do. You can also watch the recorded ones and play them back over again if there's not a live one going on. So these are some options for our PimaOnline Navigator connections. You could go to Pima Engage that has all the college events, and I know our other people here will also speak to those as well. And then the other resource I wanted to talk to you about is our College Success Coaching Program. We have college success coaches on campus, but we also have them inside a lot of our online classes in D2L. And so our college success coaches are there to support you with being successful as a student. And that could look very different for a lot of different students. Sometimes students in online need help with managing their time and how to go about doing that, maybe for your math class compared to your writing class. It could look very different. So we have coaches that are inside each of those to help you. They work very closely with the faculty and understand how the course works. They can check in on your progress and reach out to you to say, hey, how's it going? Do you need some help? Are you navigating the course well? But then they can also help you figure out, okay, what's the best way to study for this class? Or what should I pay a particular attention to if I need to set up a proctored exam for a class? So they're there as a third resource within the course. Even sometimes students feel uncomfortable reaching out to their faculty in the beginning, but the coaches can be there to help with that and to guide you to the faculty as well. So on this webpage, it gives you information about what they do. You can meet with them weekly in a virtual meeting. You can do it over the phone or email or just a couple times a semester. And then here are listed where you can connect with them, either at a campus or fully online. It would just be visible in the course shell in a widget, and you can schedule an appointment with them if you would like. And then the College Success Resources is a full list of resources in different videos on how to do, certain study strategies, how to take notes, how to look up, certain things that may be helpful.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jackie, for that presentation. And obviously, I am screen sharing right here, so her contact info is right there. But next presentation we have is Carlos Gonzalez, who's going to tell us a little bit about honors and Phi Theta Kappa. So I'll let him take it over.
Awesome. Thank you, Ariana. Once again, welcome, students. So to tell you a little bit about our honors program here at Pima Community College, honors is definitely here to help expand your academic skills. Also for you to develop creatively, and then also develop some leadership skills. And you can definitely do that by being a part of our honors program. There's some amazing benefits and opportunities. So for example, you can have faculty mentoring you. The class sizes are smaller. It helps you get scholarships and awards and recommendation letters through your advisors because I am a coordinator. And so we work with you and we get to know you and we're able to write those letters for you. There's also some leadership and community service opportunities. And then there's flexibility to select honors courses that fit into your course of study. And what I mean by that is that you can either take Honors 101, which is free here at Pima, and substitute it for an STU 107 class. Or you can decide to take your Writing 101 or Writing 102 or your bio class or any other class that you would like to take for honors by working with that instructor and it becoming an honors class. And I can definitely help you through that process. We also help you enter into other honors programs at four-year universities. So once you decide to transfer either to the U of A, ASU, or NAU, I'm saying those ones because those ones are the ones that have honors programs. We can help you with that process. And we can help you pursue your honors certificate here at Pima. So you do get an honors designation by taking 15 credits of honors classes here at Pima, and that helps you out in your resume and then in your future college applications. So how do you join honors? That's like probably the biggest question. There's so many ways of joining the honors program. You could do it through by joining our honors club through Pima Engage, as the previous presenters have mentioned, and Ariana is going to talk about a little bit more in her presentation. But Pima Engage has our honors and our Phi Theta Kappa sections. So you're welcome to just either engage in one of those, and that's how you can become, or you can just take an honors class or create an honors class with your instructor in the courses that you're in right now. So I'm also the Phi Theta Kappa advisor, and what that means also is that we work very closely with the honors program, and we help you with the community service events, scholarship opportunities. Phi Theta Kappa really reinforces your leadership skills so then that way you can become more eligible for those scholarship opportunities. So that's how those two tie into each other. So you do get an email invite for Phi Theta Kappa. It is totally legit. So please make sure you don't, put it in your trash or assume that it's junk. It does cost $85 to join. However, you do not have to pay the $85 to be in honors. You do not have to pay the $85 to be a part of Phi Theta Kappa. It's only if you want to be a designated member and you want to be eligible for those Phi Theta Kappa scholarships. And again, like if you're not sure about the email, please reach out to me and I can let you know, like, oh yeah, this is totally legit, because there are some honors programs out there that you might get confused with. But please let me know. And then the way that TRIO Student Support Services ties into honors and PTK is that we also help students transfer to universities in state and out of state. So we all work together collectively to make sure you're doing well here at Pima and then getting those life skills. And Ariana is going to touch upon student life, which kind of connects all of this together. But if you have any questions or want to talk about honors, we'll have some designated time at the end of the presentation so you can let us know. Thank you so much, Ariana.
Thank you for that presentation, Carlos. And like he said, I am going to be doing the student life clubs and student senate and Pima Engage presentation, kind of a lot. But so I am a student life coordinator. I'm the Desert Vista student life coordinator. We have 5 coordinators for each campus here at Pima. And student life is in charge of a lot of different things. Um, we do our co-curricular programming, which is probably our main focus, which is learning that happens outside of the classroom that's going to help you be successful. So whether that is building your leadership skills, maybe building your social justice skills, um, putting your leadership skills to the test and kind of creating a project that's going to better your community. We have a lot of different programs for you to be engaged with. So, like I said, our leadership one just occurred. It's called Emerging Leaders, but we also have LEAD, which is currently going on, and that's the year-long leadership program where you can actually put the skills to the real world and create a project that's going to better your community, like I said. And then we also have our Jade, which is our social justice one, but lots of different co-curricular programming for you to get involved in. And that, like I said, is going to help you be successful not only here at Pima, but in your future career. And that'll go in your co-curricular transcript that you can use whether you're transferring to university or going into the job field. So that's just a little bit about student life. We are also in charge of Student Senate, which is really a way for you to be a student senator for Pima, one of our Pima campuses, but you're really the voice for the student body. And your peers at Pima. So that's a great way to get involved if you really want to build your leadership skills, build your networking, and be a voice for your fellow students. So that's one really rewarding kind of program that Student Life offers. And like I said, we try to find two per campus. We also have our clubs that we're in charge of. So we're in charge of all the clubs on campus. We have a ton, ranging from like video game clubs to our Native American Student Association Club. We had a Pride Club. So a lot of different things for you to get involved in, whatever sparks your interest. Those are all going to be listed on Pima Engage. All active clubs will be on there. And like I said, I know Jackie and Carlos already talked about their use of Pima Engage, but PimaOnline, Honors and Pi Theta Kappa, and any Success Coach event is going to be on Pima Engage as well as Student Life. So we post all of our programming, all of our events, any news on Pima Engage, just kind of like the hub for everyone at Pima. So I definitely go and check it out. All you have to do is type in Pima Engage, or you can go to My Pima and look up Pima Engage through that way. But a lot of different ways for you to be involved in on your campus. And each campus kind of does something different, but we work all together to kind of create cohesive events. So if something is happening at one campus, for the most part, it should be happening at another campus, maybe on another day or another time. But we all try to work together to create events for each of the campuses. So just go on Pima Engage. It could be a lot of different things. We just had something for Halloween today where we watched Coraline and Pumpkin Painted. Sometimes it'll be like workshops coming in, um, and leadership workshops or internship workshops or anything else. Sometimes we'll have trio in there. So it could be a slew of different things, but definitely just go and check it out. And that's how you can be involved here at Pima and with student life and build a lot of amazing connections. So that's my little spiel. I think we are getting close to time here. The next portion of this is going to be our Q&A section. So here's just some questions if you want to ask them or if they help you think of another one. We're going to have about 5 minutes to ask any questions. You can type it in the chat if you don't want to say it out loud or go on unmute. And I'm also going to put in this feedback survey into the chat. So if you guys don't mind going ahead and taking these next 5 minutes as well to take it, it takes a minute. Once you're done, you'll be entered into a raffle to win a prize. So I know Victoria already is going to be able to be entered into a raffle for getting the correct answer, but everybody can be entered to win the prize if they just fill out the feedback survey. So I'll kind of end on that note. And if anybody has any questions about student life, club, student senate, trio, PTK and honors, PimaOnline, or student success coaches, feel free to ask those questions now. And then in about for 3-ish minutes, we'll go ahead and get you guys sent to the next breakout room that you want to go to. So, um, like I said, you don't have to go unmute, but feel free to type in your question in the chat and we'll go ahead and get that answered for you. So,
What goes on at the Phi Theta Kappa meetings exactly? Because I know there's like scholarships that you can get, but that's pretty much all I know.
Yeah, that's a great question, Victoria. Thank you. So basically, we host our Phi Theta Kappa and Honors Club meetings on Fridays, like the first Fridays of every month. And what happens in those sessions is that we kind of have an overview of everything that's going on. So one thing we definitely want to preface is you could be involved in as many things as you like or as little things as you like, right? Because we don't want to overwhelm you. And it's basically up to you to decide what you want to be a part of. So in the club, we talk about the different community service events that we have, both virtually and in person, because some of you guys are online specifically. So there are virtual community service opportunities for you. There's also virtual ways to get involved that we have different activities. So we have, like, for example, our college project where we work with an administrator to make Pima Community College better. And then we also have Honors in Action, where you develop a project where you help out your community. So the project can be anywhere from creating a clothing drive to making sure that we beautify Tucson in some way, or it could be environmental. So it's up to you to decide what that project is, and you can form a committee and that kind of thing. So there's so many ways of getting involved. And again, it's not just in person, it's also virtual because we try to accommodate the students. Does that help answer a little bit of the question? That's kind of what we do in the club. So we go over all those great opportunities.
Yes, that did answer my question. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jackie asked, were any of these resources new to you all? I don't know if anyone feels comfortable answering that question, but I think that's a great discussion starter. We got about a minute left, so if anybody wants to answer it, were any of these resources new to you all?
None of them were new to me.
Okay.
That's good to know. That's a good thing, I think, because that means, the information's out there.
I
Yeah.
agree. At
I had
least
a lot of
of
help
it.
though in my first semester. In my first semester, I learned about a lot of the resources that we had from student life peer mentors. So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. That makes me so happy. We try to make sure our peer mentors are aware of all the things that student life has to offer, and they help out with quite a few of the events and programs too. So that's great to hear that you heard it from a fellow peer mentor. All new to. Okay, that's our timer. Well, thanks for participating, guys, in this breakout room. I would like to ask Victoria, and then I believe the other participant's name, El Rio A. Serrano. I'm so sorry if I am not pronouncing that correctly, but what breakout room would you guys like to go to?
There's only